These people are about to be dropped into the unknown. They have no idea where they're going or how long it will take to get home.
Right, this is where loss begins, and your mission is to get back to Trafalgar Square and touch Nelson's column. The first team to do so will be the winners. Right, Mel? Now, let's remind you of the rules. No mobile phones, no money, no contraband, no drugs, etc.
At the start of their journey, they are strip-searched. Any money or valuables are confiscated. Each person will be given $200 cash and 3 days food and water.
You stand there.
A private jet will take them on a long, blindfolded flight to a secret destination. The 6 contestants have been split into 3 teams. The first to get back to London will win £5,000. Mel and Ruth, the winners of last week's race from Russia, will take on 2 new teams. Mel is a hardcore Man United fan who has fought many away games.
Football travelling is definitely going to stand me in good stead for going on this trip, because it is get as far as you can on as little as you can. Jibbing trains, jumping on buses, basically not paying for anything unless you get severely asked to by people with batons and that.
Ruth craves adventure and needs a break from teaching.
I like to think I'm a fairly good teacher, and I love teaching. But it's kind of not enough, which is why I've got all these other jobs outside school, because I need that constant challenge, even though it terrifies me at times. I actually need it.
James is an old Etonian who speaks 5 languages and enjoys a jet-set life, but he is not used to roughing it.
I would hope I'd be fitting into sort of action man kind of role, but I've got a sneaky suspicion that I'm just basically there as a sort of hapless upper-class twit.
Harriet is well-groomed in the art of persuasion. She knows how to win friends and influence people.
I think blagging is the way forward. A lot of blagging. Sell your clothes, not your body. You should be okay.
Nana loves talking.
Good morning. It's Friday this morning. I'm Nana, taking you through today on...
She's confident she can blag her way home.
My ideal travelling partner would have to be someone who has the opposite qualities to me. Because sometimes I can come across as quite strong and aggressive, and that can either work for you or against you if you're blagging. So if you're talking to someone who needs a demure, kind of quiet kind of person, that can let the other person take over. Because 2 of me, I think, would be way too much.
Her partner is Stuart, who takes great pride in his body. He'll hate being dirty and unshaven, but he's a man prepared to bear more than his soul.
My secret weapons have got to be my G-strings. I'm going to go out there, find civilization, and I'm going to strip my way back.
After a 7-hour flight, the teams are transferred to a truck. Even the single camera person accompanying each team has no idea where they are going. They will be abandoned in one of the most remote locations on Earth. From the drop-off point, it will be a 3,000-mile race home.
It's Africa. I can feel it in my bones. We're in Baghdad.
That would be a blow, actually. Wherever we are, there needs to build some new bloody roads.
Blindfolds off now! From now on, they are on their own.
Oh, bloody hell.
Is that it?
Right on! Blindfolds off!
Fucking hell.
Blindfolds
We're in the middle of bloody nowhere. Just as I suspected, we're in the desert.
I think we're in Mexico.
Do you?
Yeah.
And how's it feel to be lost?
Do you?
Yeah. I don't know. To be honest, yeah. All I know is we're in an awful lot of trouble.
Where the fuck are we, man?
I think, right, we're either West Africa, but it doesn't look very West African, does it? I don't know.
Oh, I feel so much better. And how do I look? I think it's...
Evening?
Yeah, 4 o'clock. We need to organise. Look, these people, everyone's doing things now. We're just looking at our stuff. We need to get going, kid.
Never eat shredded wheat. West over that way, yeah, as I said, for where the sun was setting.
Mel and Ruth decides ahead for the high ground.
Go up to the top of this hill, right, we'll be able to see over that side, we'll be able to see the whole sort of like plain. Then we'll actually get some idea.
And I think at that point we need to decide, because we've got nothing to follow. I just want to get ahead of everybody else. I want to make the right decision now, because if we make the wrong decision now, then we've had it. We've got to have been dropped somewhere that there's going to be civilization, because even if it's just a tiny village somewhere, we can't just be in the middle of nowhere.
Why are they going the other way?
They've chosen to.
I mean, who cares? Come on, you can see there's a path here. Let's just follow this.
James and Harry do not realise the path they've chosen leads deeper into the desert.
What we're following?
Well, we're following, obviously, the track and indeed the trail of excrement.
Actually, that looked like a camel. Look. Isn't it?
That's pretty much a bad sign, to be honest, if it's a camel.
There's a...
Do you know what I mean? Because that doesn't necessarily mean anywhere near any sort of water.
Well, I just made an observation.
Exactly. Can I buy your water, Happy?
I don't think we're in Mexico. I don't think we're in Mexico. I think James and I have just got to kind of move off from everybody else and just walk, find some people.
Yeah, head towards the high point, I reckon.
After a slow start, Nana and Stuart decide to keep walking into the night.
I just want to keep going. I think the best opportunity we've got now is to travel while it's still cool, because it's going to get so hot here, it's just going to be impossible to travel along through the desert. So if we can do most of our travelling now, before it gets too warm.
They're fucking following us, the bastards. Fuck off, you lazy asses!
Can you hear that?
Shh, listen. Shh.
Are those voices or animals?
Oh, look.
What?
Over there.
What?
People.
Where? What? Where?
Over there. Okay. Wave will do anything to get their attention.
Where? What is this?
We want to know where people are, don't we?
Yeah, I want to get to the town.
Civilization, yeah.
Hello?
Hello! Hello!
Hello?
Hello!
Hello?
Hello!
Parlez-vous français?
Oui.
Oui, French.
Hello, ça va?
Ça va bien, merci.
Comment ça va?
Ça va bien. Permettez-moi de vous présenter, je m'appelle Nana.
Je m'appelle Mohamed Lamine.
We need to get to la ville, the town. Oui. Où est là? Où est là? C'est,
Oui.
where is this? La country. Où est la... quel est la country?
Ici.
Ici, là.
Ici, c'est Agouni.
Aguini. Aguini.
Oui. Non, pardon, toi. Mali.
Mali.
Oui.
Mali, we're in Mali. We're in Mali.
Oui.
Ah,
C'est
merci.
le Mali.
Mali is one of the poorest countries in Africa. They have been dropped on the edge of the Sahara Desert. The nearest town is Timbuktu, but that's 10 hours camel ride away. The nomads who travel these ancient trade routes are called Tuaregs, and they are renowned for being the toughest dealers on the dunes. They've also managed to track down Mel and Ruth. This mysterious arrival of Western travellers is like manna from heaven.
Hey, man, these guys, they speak French, which is top because I speak French. And they're loving it. They're loving talking to us. And basically, Timbuktu is the nearest town. We are in Mali, and they're going to give us a lift there.
That it's important that we don't offer them any money. We say we have no money right now because we need to conserve as much of that as possible.
In In the middle of the desert, a solitary pilgrim points the way to Mecca. James and Harry are relieved to have found someone. Unfortunately, they don't realize that he is leading them away from civilization, further into the desert.
There we go. Can we walk this way with you? Can we walk this way? Perfect. Let's follow.
Okay, follow this. Follow the man.
Well, I wasn't feeling entirely nervous until now. Now that we've got a fair amount of carcasses and bones. Sorry, we're on our way, don't go without us.
Mel and Ruth are the first team to ride off into the night towards Timbuktu.
God. Okay, just about. I'll need to move back a bit yet. Oh, this is magic. Can you believe what we are doing right now?
But last time I rode on a camel, it did actually have an harness.
Oh, right, yeah, this is bareback riding.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you.
After 2 hours camel riding, Mel and Ruth pitch their tent at a small village. Nana and Stuart decide to ride on through the night, which puts them in the lead. James and Harry, who walked off in the wrong direction, camp in the desert northeast of the drop-off point. Within an hour of falling asleep, James and Harry are surrounded by Tuaregs and feel threatened.
Basically, we go fast asleep, and suddenly we have 7 camels around our tent. And they want us to go with them now to Timbuktu.
What should we do? Well, pack up and get chop. I mean, you know, shit.
I'm not sure what to do. There's a lot of haggling, and I'm definitely going to keep quiet. Being a white female in the middle of the desert, I'm not feeling too confident.
Non, bon, me donner un mieux prix, hein. C'est trop ça. 50 000, c'est trop.
Ah ouais, c'est qui?
Ouais. Bon, pour moi, c'est d'aller à Timbuktu. How much do you want to pay to go to Timbuktu?
What's he saying?
Figure out. He's saying 50. Take a figure off the top of your head. 30?
30.
30. 10.
Non.
Je lui dis non.
C'est trop.
Non, c'est pas trop, c'est bon. Okay. Oui, c'est bien, ok. 35.
Hein?
10, 5 pour le guide.
Oh, good
Oui.
luck.
Qui est live, voilà.
With the help of the Tuaregs, perhaps James and Harry can catch the others.
Oh, it's looking good out here. It looks much the same as it did yesterday. Although the sun's just about to come up. It's a nice early morning.
After 5 hours on camels, Mel and Ruth have managed to snatch a few hours' sleep at the first so-called village.
It's pretty daunting, the fact that there's nothing. I mean, when we heard that it was a village, we thought, well, a couple of houses, maybe a shop. But we didn't realise how far into deepest, darkest Africa that we'd actually go.
Madame, is that a pause?
Yes.
It's lovely. When I get back to school, I'm going to say to the kids, if they ask me where I've been, I'll say, I went to Timbuktu.
We'll take the piss out of you, no one.
Certainly will.
Onwards and upwards, avanti, mate. Très bien. Top.
The Tuaregs have negotiated a tough deal with Mel and Ruth. It has cost them £50 a head, almost half their funds.
We are allegedly on the road to Timbuktu.
What's the time?
Can't wait to see it. It is 9:30.
If you can see that, there's steel there, and it's totally raw here and here. Plus, there's not much give, so every time you kind of rock forward, I'm just smacking my balls every time it rocks forward. It really is, actually, to be honest. It's fucking painful. Really, what are you doing?
Timbuktu. Hey, why? Timbuktu.
We have sight of Timbuktu right over in the distance.
Over there on the horizon.
Currency.
Like an oasis to a nomad.
Having travelled non-stop through the night, Nana and Stuart are the first to arrive in Timbuktu.
It's the money thing. Again,
we agreed a price.
And now we've got there and they've changed their mind.
No, they say no more.
Two. Just two. That's what we agreed. Yeah.
They end up settling on £40 a head, so a third of their money has gone on a 10-hour camel ride.
That's fucking silly. Oh, sorry, mind my French. It's absolutely ridiculous. They're taking the mickey. We're going to find the hotel. So you just can't get away from these people. They know you got money. They want to take every single penny you've got just because they know you've got it. I thought it was going to be more than this. A dump, man.
Yeah.
There's no electricity. No free-flowing water. There's no nothing. Kind of disappointed, really. I was hoping that we'd find somewhere we could actually go into, book a cab. Oh, it's not that easy, is it?
James's camel deal is also falling apart, and the haggling is turning nasty.
Nous avons eu un contract là. J'ai discuté avec lui. Il a dit 10 000, 10 000, 10 000.
Naturally, we were expecting a bit of a kind of quibble over the camel bill, as it were. But poor James is now really getting surrounded by people.
Mais ça c'était un prix extraordinaire.
Non, c'est pas un prix extraordinaire.
James is hot. Everyone's tired and getting a bit ratty. I think it's just time for us to move on, pay halfway and go.
C'est 75.
Ouais.
Ouais, fini. Fini, ils vont enlever notre...
In the end, they settle for £25 each, a better deal than any of the other teams.
Well, we just finally managed to complete the negotiation with those guys out there. They've taken 400 francs off us each for that journey. But now I'm negotiating with this guy to try and get a car from here to Mopti.
But the problem with the car is it's going to cost us too much money, so we're just trying to negotiate at the moment, see if there's anything that we can offer them to make it cheaper for us to get the price down so we can get there, or maybe pick up people along the way.
By riding through the night, Nana and Stuart gained a 5-hour lead over the others. After their shaky start, James and Harry rode non-stop to Timbuktu. Mel and Ruth are several hours behind the other two teams and are still out in the desert. The next staging post is Mopti, 250 miles away. It is unsafe to cross the Sahara overland, so the teams have been told to head west to Dakar, while they'll be given prepaid air tickets to Casablanca. Nana hatches a cunning plan. As they don't have enough money to rent a car on their own, they'll try to trick James and Harry into paying £200 of the £300 fare.
Right now, we're going to pick up the others and negotiate a deal. We're going to charge them 650 francs each to be taken to Mopti. It's up to them. We won't tell them the alternative either, so... That's if they fall for it, but it's worth a try. We've got nothing to lose. It's up to them.
They set off to intercept James and Harry as they enter town.
That's cool. We'll all be on the same boat. Oh, good. We can look superb 650. Hiya. Yeah, hiya, sweeties.
How you doing?
So we will come and pick you up and see if you guys wanted to negotiate a deal with us and come with us.
Ils sont payés en combien, monsieur? Ici. Combien pour tout, pour 6 personnes?
Three. Those three. Remember what we were saying? To those guys. We could charge them because we're inviting you guys in.
Combien?
What is the price?
C'est le dernier prix qu'on a dit.
Le dernier prix, c'était quoi?
C'est 300.
300
Ouais.
1000. 300 000 pour 450 km. Mais vraiment,
You pay 300. If you want, you can.
300 000, c'est...
You can save your money and walk to Mopti.
Oh, man.
Nana and Stuart can't afford the car on their own, So now they must come up with a new plan.
We hadn't planned on him speaking such good French and knowing the exchange rate. We've been really clever here.
If we spend that, then we're finished. So we need to have some money, because we have to get better at our negotiations.
Yeah.
Just because we got ripped off doesn't matter. You just carry on. But we let the others make us feel worse, didn't we? And they were enjoying it as well. You idiots! How could you be so stupid? We've only paid this. Ha ha ha. Look at them. They completely ignore the fact that we managed to get a 5-hour advantage on them. What they couldn't believe was that we were stupid enough to mess it up.
What the locals have failed to tell Nana and Stuart is that for the same price as a car to Mopti, they could buy plane tickets. And it just so happens the first flight in months leaves Timbuktu the next morning. Marley is crazy about football, and that passion gives James an idea for an escape plan. The captain of the local team also happens to be the Air Mali rep, and James is angling for free seats.
James is trying to persuade them that, because he works in the football industry, he can get kits or signed footballs and stuff sent over to them. No problem. He'd definitely do it if they kind of did a team photo.
Manchester United, okay?
Manchester United! Manchester United! Manchester United! Manchester United! Liverpool!
Arsenal, pas Liverpool. Liverpool, on voit rien.
Arsenal! 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 Chelsea! 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 Follow! 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 Follow!
Mel and Ruth are the last to arrive in Timbuktu.
It would be nice to sit down after the camel ride because I could not walk. I've not had such pain for years. As I'm walking into Timbuktu and I'm seeing the poverty and open sewers, I'm thinking, oh, there's just not going to be any relief here. So we're going to keep going no matter what.
Maybe he's got a...
Within minutes of entering town, the local taxi drivers begin hustling for their business. But Mel and Ruth are looking for a cheaper way west.
What we need is something like a delivery van, something that is going that way anyway. Something that's going somewhere.
Even hitching a ride on a truck doesn't come cheap. The £70 fare has left Mel and Ruth broke.
We've got to get this lorry, we've got to do it. If we get this, we get in the lead. Spend all the money, we can blag everything else. If we don't spend it now, then, you know, we're going to be spending the week in Timbuktu. It's not something that I particularly want to do.
At least they managed to get the best seats. For the first time, Mel and Ruth are in the lead, and the race gathers pace. Will the soccer scheme secure free flights for James and Harry?
You know, we're still quietly confident we're going to be able to get on the plane, but we still remain quietly confident that we've very much got everything in the bag.
Can Mel and Ruth survive a plague of locusts?
Very pleased with ourselves. Very pleased with ourselves.
And can Nana and Stuart steal back their lead? After a long, blindfolded journey, 3 teams were dropped in the desert with no idea where they were.
Just as I suspected. We're in the middle of bloody nowhere.
They were discovered by nomads.
Hello. Hello. Hello, ça va? Le country.
Mali.
We're in Mali.
This is totally amazing.
They are racing each other back to London. The first team to reach Trafalgar Square wins £5,000. Mel is a die-hard Man U fan, used to roughing it. Ruth is soaking up the spirit of Africa.
When I get back to school, I'm going to say to the kids, if they ask me where I've been, I'll say, I went to Timbuktu.
We'll take the piss out of you, no one.
Certainly will.
James's public school confidence and Harry's natural charm makes them more than a match for the locals.
Nous avons eu un contract là. J'ai discuté avec lui, il a dit 10 000.
James.
Nana thinks she can blag her way back to London. Stuart has never travelled outside Europe before. They soon discovered Timbuktu was no throbbing metropolis.
Kind of disappointed, really. I was hoping that we'd find someone we could actually book a cab. It's not that easy, is it?
As Mel and Ruth set off on their truck journey west, the other two teams settle down for the night in Timbuktu. It's too dangerous to cross the Sahara, so on the next leg of the journey, all three teams must head to Bamako, the capital of Mali.
Literally 10 hours later, and again we're no closer. Well, hopefully everyone's been having the same problems.
If they have managed to get the car and had a night at a hotel, then, you know, good luck to them, really.
Yeah, they're going to smell a lot better than we do.
Yeah, they certainly.
Well, you know, the locals might be put off by that. You never know.
James and Harry are still in Timbuktu.
And how are you feeling today? Well, I feel a bit rum actually because I slept on the floor last night, but I tried to slip in beside Harry over there, and she gave me pretty short shrift. But
Too right.
James and Harry have managed to blag a free flight by promising football kit to the local team captain, who also happens to work for Air Mali.
Our strategy's got to be that we've got to aim high and compromise, rather than try and blag our way onto the back of a cargo truck or a train or whatever. Let's see if we can get onto Concorde and then settle with a propeller plane, and that's got to be the way to go.
We've got a freebie, that's the good thing.
Saving 8 hours.
Yeah.
Loving this.
And also, we're flying in the style to which we've been accustomed so far.
While James settles down to a nap before cocktails, on the hot and dusty road below, Nana and Stuart are bouncing across the bush.
My stomach. We've been on this thing for hours. Last night we hadn't slept at all. So I'm knackered and stinking. And there's dust everywhere. There's a huge crack in the window. This is scaring the shit out of me, literally.
Oh, just running off my leg now. Oh, getting sensation back. I've packed like loads of facial scrubs and moisturising cream and everything, but I haven't even washed for like 2 or 3 days now. I'm not used to looking like this at all. It's hard journey, isn't it? It's like just holding on for your life.
Literally.
I've counted four near crashes, near head-on crashes we've had. Really.
The worst thing is the sitting in the front, you can see the craters before it happens.
Yeah.
And with the diarrhea thing.
But their journey is pure luxury compared to Mel and Ruth's. It's 34 degrees and they're battling through a locust storm.
Nah, man, serious. How pretty they are. I've roughed it all over the world, but this is certainly the worst thing that I've ever done. I've hitchhiked with all sorts of lorry drivers, all sorts of people, but I've never sat on the top of a damn lorry in this sort of heat. But still, I mean, it's fair enough. We seem to be going somewhere, at least we're moving and all that. We're still in the lead, we've not passed anybody yet. And, you know, we're seeing what it's actually like on the ground. We're seeing this is the way that everybody else around here travels.
The flight to Bamako puts James and Harry in the lead. Despite travelling overland, Nana and Stuart arrive shortly afterwards. Mel and Ruth, who have taken the slower road, are trailing as the teams converge on the capital. By now the teams are exhausted and would give anything for a wash and a sleep. Nana and Stuart have found just the place.
We are at the most beautiful hotel that we have ever seen.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
We are just trying to see the director to see if we can stay here for one night and yeah, tell them why.
We're not going to the pool.
Let's not get too excited now.
I'm going to jump in the pool before we leave. Sorry, I'm swimming in the pool.
Yes, well.
Bon, la direction est d'accord. I agree for all you say.
Ouais?
Yeah? Oui.
I get a room for you.
Oh,
merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup. Between, yeah. Yes, cool.
Is enough. Okay.
Merci.
Merci.
Right, well. Look at this mark.
We are so bad, didn't we?
Attendez, s'il vous plaît.
Oh, TV!
Look at the bar. There's a bar here as well.
I love this place. I love this place.
Just up the road, there's another large hotel. And guess who's staying here?
We have blagged a room at this hotel, Hotel de la Mati. We're going to have a share room, and we're going to look around the hotel, give a bit of a guide.
This is a magnificent hotel. Also, it's a double bed, so I think we'd be a lot more comfortable in here.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I do. We can,
I'm on sofa.
This is much more our speed. Can you make it? How is it?
Oh, really good. Bon.
It's a pitch battle, this race, but we need to move as quickly as we possibly can, but, you know, we should never, ever, ever sacrifice any form of luxury that comes our way.
Arriving penniless, starving and caked in dirt, Mel and Ruth have finally made it to the capital. They have no time for beds or baths.
We've got to get moving straight away. We've got to get a train straight away. We can't stop around. We've got no money, but that's no big deal. We'll just go and sell some stuff at the station.
If we pay straight to Dakar, it's still going to be double what we've got. Fair enough, we've got other things to swap and that, and if we find a nice friendly porter, we can sort that out. But basically, if we wait for the next train, which is going to be tomorrow morning, that effectively means spending the night here. If we were going to sleep anywhere near here, it would have to be in serious shifts. It's not something that I particularly want to do. We're an absolute target.
The Bamako to Dakar Express takes only 2 days, but none of the teams can afford the £25 tickets. Nana and Stuart have only got £40 left between them, and so they are trying to obtain free train tickets.
So you must be train station 9 o'clock.
Arrange the tickets for us.
The hotel travel agency thinks they might be able to help, but the manager's not there, and so Nana must try to get hold of him on the phone.
The line is busy. You can't get him in this time. Yeah.
Okay.
At the moment, he is their only hope.
I mean, we just have to get on that train tomorrow. The main thing is we do not want to pay for it. Hello? Oh, he's in the shower.
Hey!
Hey, you're going to have a shower. No phone calls then?
Nah, nothing.
Bonjour. Allô? Bonjour, je voudrais parler à monsieur Boukouri Sidibé, s'il vous plaît.
C'est moi.
Oh, hello, it's Nana here.
Ah, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, give me just half hour.
Okay, we see you soon.
This evening, okay?
Take care then.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye.
Results! We're really sorry. I'm really sorry I fell in the bar.
What time's the restaurant open till?
Get your priorities I'm in a rush, believe you me. But there's nothing that we can do until Saturday, which is tomorrow, until we get the train, so might as well enjoy it. There's no point roughing it. You don't have to do it like that. I mean, you can do it like this.
Squatting in the squalor of the station concourse, Mel and Ruth are desperate to flog anything to raise money for their train fares.
One of those? Yeah. That's non-stop lighter. That lights for 6 hours, yeah?
About a pair of pyjamas?
Yeah, go for it.
Ali, who they've just met at the station, has agreed to help.
Your man Ali here is helping us shift all of our gear, basically, because we need money to get on this train, and we have is helping us shift all of our gear, basically, because we need money to get on this train, and we have absolutely niche.
So to do my best, and I will come back.
Okay, because it is worth loads of money, you see. Yeah. We've got rid of quite a few things, but we've still got a bin bag of stuff that we can sell in Senegal. We can talk to the people on the train and swap them shit to get to Dakar.
Nana's rendezvous with the travel agent is going well. He agrees to arrange free travel.
If you want, I reserve for you 3 tickets to Dakar by train, and if it's possible for you to come in to pick up.
Is that for?
If I be early morning, I will promise you. I will give you 3 tickets to Dakar.
Okay. Thank you. Are they the nice ones?
Okay.
Or they're the nice ones, the really posh ones?
Very pleased with ourselves.
For Nana and Stuart, things are looking up. But as any traveller knows, even the best laid plans can fall apart.
The train.
Mel and Ruth are drowning their sorrows. They've not been able to raise enough money, so they'll have to take the slow train.
And we've just been given this wonderful wine, which is sort of tastes a little bit of a mix between brandy and sherry.
It's good shit, man.
And it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, you can tell I'm getting a bit cheekier as I'm getting more alcohol down me, you see. I've known for a few days and I'm feeling good about it.
That's what I like to hear.
It's the best train.
It's the best train,
yeah.
See, Ali is our fixer.
For you,
dealt with it.
Yeah.
You sleep it. The time we wake up, you will see him.
Yeah.
And then we'll go.
You understand what I'm talking about?
Top man. I mean, fair enough, we've got no money. But we're going to be in Dakar, we're going to get a plane, we're going to be in Europe, we're going to go home.
Nana and Stuart have been told to pick up their free tickets later this afternoon, so they can relax.
I've realised that my blagging skills are up to an exceptional standard, really. In that if I'm going to blag, aim for the sky and keep pitching high. And that's what we've done. That's why we're in the most expensive hotel in the whole of Bamako. I think my hair, blue hair, always gives me an edge because people, it's an attention grabber, first of all. But other things is I think I'm kind of cheeky, really. And, you know, I just think I'm cheeky and I dare to ask.
Determined as ever to continue their journey in style, James and Harry begin a grand tour of the airline offices.
S'il vous plaît, monsieur, le bureau de Air Afrique, c'est tout droit.
Air Afrique.
Tout droit, tout droit? Where the fuck is it? Oh, savez-vous où est le bureau de Air Afrique? Where the hell is Air fucking Afrique?
A big circle.
We have done something of a circle. Oh, I don't believe it. It's now shut. You are joking.
We missed it by 10 minutes.
Bugger, let's go plan B. Let's go to Air France then.
What amazes me is that we have travelled a long way, and I look a complete mess. But James kind of whips out a really neatly pressed shirt from the bottom of his rucksack, and suddenly you kind of realise that he's the guy who travels first class.
Nous sommes faisant une show d'Angleterre. Le nom s'est perdu. Il y a 3 équipes. Ils sont venus ici dans un avion privé avec blindfold, sac sur la tête. Nous sommes sûrs de nous d'aller sur l'avion à Maroc.
Tu n'as aucune possibilité à vous offrir comme ça.
Pour 3 billets.
Je n'ai aucune possibilité.
Vous avez autre idée? Vous avez autre idée?
James's smooth talk is not having quite the same magic effect this time.
If we can, in some way, use our huge media clout to give you lots of PR, like wearing
T-shirts.
Sabina.com T-shirts.
As I told you, the planes are quite full, so...
Yeah.
It's hard work, though. No, it really is.
Flagging is hard work.
Non, attends pour la monnaie, merci.
Especially somewhere like this where they just don't understand. And we have no money.
The size of that goat's balls. Look at them, just look at them. I swear, you must get it on camera.
Mr. Digression.
Sorry. But they were vast, though. You can't argue that.
Nana and Stuart have taken a break from the pool to pick up their free train tickets.
Just give me 15 minutes only, please. I see somebody just here because I have an appointment and I come back. Yes. Of course, yeah. Okay, fine.
Should we, okay. Well, should we tell them that we'll come back in half an hour? Let's go and get our food.
No, wait for
Can go to the supermarket. La supermarché. Wait the light.
Nana wants to get some food for the journey and puts Stuart in charge of directing the driver.
Do you want to do that?
Well, it's awkward by car because that's a one-way thing and it goes down the wrong way.
Well, it's up to you.
The slow train to Dakar finally arrives. Although it's not quite what Mel and Ruth had in mind, at least they'll continue their journey in the style to which they've become accustomed.
Cargo train. Cool. I mean, it is going to get a bit like an oven, it being like metal conducting heat. But, you know, we can deal with that.
If I could be anywhere else in the world, I would be in Trafalgar Square right now.
The one place that I'd like to be is the head of every other who's doing this thing.
Absolutely.
So there you go. And so, you never know, mate. I have a feeling we might be. Who knows?
For now, Mel and Ruth are ahead. Back in Bamako, Stuart's search for the supermarket is not going too well, and now they're trapped in rush hour traffic.
Look, we really need to pick up those tickets. 15 minutes is gone. He's going at 6 o'clock.
Okay, Air Afrique, you know Air Afrique? No one told him Air Afrique, did they?
Yes, we did.
Le Banque.
Le Banque. Air Afrique, Près de Le Banque.
You know,
That's exactly what it is.
Air Afrique. Yeah.
When they arrive back at the travel agents, their worst fears are confirmed.
Where's he gone? Monsieur Sidibé? Is he?
Sidibé is not coming.
He's not come.
We've missed him, and it doesn't look hopeful for the train tomorrow morning because there's no time in between. I mean, when are we going to get a chance to see him?
Well, we shouldn't have gone. We're Muppets. We're Muppets. We know we are. Why do we always come here? It's like a kind of torture to have to watch the show.
C'est mon oncle. Mon oncle à moi qui habite. Et il parle pas.
James and Harry are having more luck at last. They've found some Air Algeria pilots.
We met, Harry got chatted up by a captain from Air Algeria and his pilot, and we've just been chatting with them for half an hour now. So basically, we could get as far as Dakar.
Yeah, Captain Rehan wanted to...
They've even landed an invitation for a trip down the River Niger.
Oh yeah, fantastic, we'd love to, that'd be brilliant.
As James and Harry sail off into the sunset, they must persuade the pilots to get them on tomorrow's flight.
What do you think if you come along here? Just you.
Dangerous.
Mel and Ruth are in the lead as they approach the border with Senegal.
Yes, brilliant, fantastic.
As they head west, the other teams remain in Bamako.
We met up with these lads who will work on the railways, who travel the cargo trains from Bamako to Dakar and back again. And what a top bunch of lads. They realised that we had absolutely no money, nothing like that. And they were like, oh yeah, not a problem then, not a problem, we understand.
To be honest, whether you believe in fate or whether you believe in luck or whatever else, I do believe that God has sent us angels along the way. And we've got a lovely group of fellas at the moment who are feeding us with breakfast and sharing bread and, you know, anything they've got with us, which is incredible because we've been so fleeced the last few days. I just believe now that we can win and that we can do it.
Things are looking up for Nana and Stuart too. Having blown the chance of free train tickets, they've now wangled free flights to Dakar.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Okay, my friend. Bye.
Brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hey! Woo!
They will not be alone on the flight. James and Harry's charm offensive on the Air Algeria pilots has paid off.
That's as close as they're going to get, isn't it?
That's as close as they're going to get.
Well, I'd rather they weren't sitting over there because actually they do my head in.
They even get upgraded.
Ah, messy.
We're on first class. They've just been moved to first class, but we can't go on thinking about them. Got to think about how we're going to accomplish it, because you can laugh at people in the face. The bottom line is, we're neck and neck. And by some fluke, you know, either one of us could win.
Yeah. I'm sitting here with the Minister of Defence from Mali, whose son is in London at the moment, and we're extremely honoured to be in such highly esteemed company.
Que je dise bonjour à mon fils.
Oui,
J'espère qu'il va bien étudier là-bas, c'est tout.
All flights to our
saying hello to his
contact,
son,
please.
and I hope all his studies are going well in London.
Check this now. I'm in the cockpit of the plane and take off.
As the champion blaggers fly high, down below, Mel and Ruth's railway journey is turning into the most arduous adventure of their lives.
We're moving. What that entirely means, I'm not sure. Don't know what direction Dakar's in. Well, I think it might be that way. Oh, it's going all right, man. It's going all right.
Blindfolds off, the race starts now.
After a long blindfolded journey, 3 teams have been dropped in Mali and are making their way across West Africa in a race back to London.
We're in the middle of bloody nowhere. Just as I suspected, we're in the desert.
All 3 teams travelled by camel to the nearest town, Timbuktu. Mel and Ruth, who have roughed it before, are riding like hobos on the back of a cargo train.
If I could be anywhere else in the world, I would be in Trafalgar Square right now.
The one place that I'd like to be is ahead of every other who's doing this thing. I'm feeling we might be. Who knows?
We're getting ready to blag.
Exactly.
For James and Harry, it's been first class all the way.
We have blagged a room at this hotel.
We need to move as quickly as we possibly can, but, you know, we should never, ever, ever sacrifice any form of luxury that comes our way.
Stuart and Nana have perfected the art of blagging too. They've managed to get free flights to Dakar on the same plane as James and Harry.
You can laugh at people in the face. The bottom line is, we're neck and neck. And by some fluke, you know, either one of us could win.
All 3 teams are heading towards Dakar. Mel and Ruth by train, the others by plane. At Dakar, they will collect prepaid air tickets for Casablanca because it's too dangerous to cross the Sahara overland. James and Harry have asked to be dropped at the best hotel in town to try to blag another free room.
And
Look, the others are here.
I know.
Okay, we just arrived, and these guys seem to have a homing beacon on us, and they appeared as well. Hmm? It's free, yeah, we have a room.
No, it's not.
Yes, we do.
What?
Est-ce que c'est une chambre libre, s'il vous plaît?
How much do you want?
Est-ce que c'est une autre...
No, that's not free. That doesn't mean free. That doesn't mean free. That means empty. Asking for a room libre, which means have you got a vacancy? That's
Well, I'm
that's
doing my
like
best,
thing.
but
I know,
you
I
may
know,
laugh.
I know,
I'd like to
I'm not laughing, I'm not laughing.
Yes, you are, and I think that's quite rude, really.
No.
Well, I don't have to do much to work because I can't speak any French. So I just leave it all to Nana, the French negotiations. I am the water carrier, as they say.
C'est 40 000 francs la chambre, for one room.
Oh, I thought you were doing for nothing.
For quoi?
For nothing.
Room for nothing?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, they're not doing it?
Room for nothing.
Oh, you weren't doing that?
How can you stay in the room for nothing?
How much is our limit tonight to spend on a room?
Let's go to some cheaper hotel and let's get out of here.
Yes, vamos.
James and Harry will have to lower their standards to keep off the streets.
Now 2:30. I'm tired. They're just having none of it. So the porter is an absolute gem and guiding us to a hotel which is really cheap, which is just puffy.
It's like a hotel.
Wait.
Il y en a des personnes qui vont quitter à 3 heures.
À 3 heures?
3 heures. Si vous pouvez laisser les bagages ici, restez, vous attendez.
Attends ici. This is a maison de knock. It's a magasin de knock.
Well, we have to wait.
In English?
We have to wait until 3 o'clock to check in, which is, to be honest,
it's
odd hours check out.
It's a knocking shop, which means so I think we're paying pretty much by the hour.
On the train through Senegal, Mel and Ruth are slipping into the African rhythm of life. They're enjoying the company and have given up worrying about the frequent stops.
It's that tobacco shit again, that's nice. See, Mother, it's only tobacco. Another lad was just saying there, we've been gone from home for a month, you know, we're fucking pressed to get back, let alone you lot doing this. So, no, things, it's going all right, man. It's going all right.
Cast out onto the streets of Dakar, Nana and Stuart's prospect of a good night's sleep is looking bleak, and the streets are feeling meaner by the minute.
There doesn't seem to be any hope of getting somewhere to stay that is reasonable, apart from the local brothel. Oh God, we're being followed.
By who?
By some bloke. There's that guy, is our follower. That one there with a hat. This is a very scary city. There are people hanging around on street corners, people following us now. They're obviously after something. And
it's looking a bit scary at the moment. I don't know whether we're going to get mugged or not, but we're making our way back to one of the hotels just in case.
And we've been followed by about 5 guys, so it's like, and it was getting quite serious. So we're back at the hotel, outside the hotel, and they left us alone.
And we wait till 7 o'clock when the manager should be there.
Yeah.
And we blag a room.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Get off the streets, got to get off the streets, definitely.
It's the nicest room you've ever seen in your life.
This is fine. What are you worrying about?
Fucking hell, this is awful.
It's fine.
Someone's left their number. I swear to you, it says James Bond 007.
Look at the wall, look at the wall.
Give me a thing.
Handprint. Handprints. Do you know what? I don't want to look at them anymore. I just want to go to sleep. It's good night for me. It's good night for him. Good night.
Dakar is taking twice as long as expected, but the train crew has taken Mel and Ruth under their wing, so they are not going hungry.
Ruth, what's it like?
Absolutely fantastic. Gorgeous. There's just tastes in here that I've never tasted before. I mean, quite hot.
Don't please women, right?
You're good.
Make this dish for the lads.
What's this?
Yes.
Their prospective husbands, like, make it for them. Basically, when they've eaten it, they'll do anything for the birds. Which is fair enough. So it's actually quite nice.
This train journey feels like the most powerful thing that's ever happened to me. Looking around me and seeing these guys who have nothing, you know, and they're going to be paid very, very little for the job they're doing. And sort of thinking, well, they survive without all these material things. And you can't pay for something like this.
Hey, Martin Shaw.
Martin.
Hey, man. What about the nicknames they're giving us?
It's nice. Looks like they've sort of accepted us, isn't it?
Oh, you being Ladyboy.
Ladyboy, yeah, that's right, Ladyboy.
I just want to put on the record that I'm actually known as Town Boy.
Ladyboy.
Town Boy, not Ladyboy. Town Boy. OK, Ruth. Senegal or Mali?
Senegal.
Train or camion?
Train.
Cargo or passenger?
Cargo.
Russia or Africa?
For ease of travel? Russia.
Definitely. Yeah.
For things running on time? Russia.
OK.
But for general chilled out, having a time, Africa when it's not getting hot.
Here's an esoteric one. To smell or not to smell? That's a question.
After a night of hell, Nana and Stuart have retreated to the beach. There's a 24-hour wait before a flight leaves to Casablanca.
When we arrived this morning in Dakar town, we've had quite a bit of grief, really, just trying to find somewhere to stay. Luckily, we've met this guy who took us to the beach where we can put up our tent, so we're going to spend the night here now. Maybe get a little fire going and have a bit of food later, so this is cool.
Stuart's a bodybuilder and is used to a high-protein diet, so the lack of food is starting to take its toll.
I didn't realise how much I do eat when I'm back at home because of all the training I do and everything. So this is like the major thing now, it's just really getting me down, not being able to eat properly.
How do you feel?
Hungry. If I don't eat enough, it just makes me feel giddy, it makes me feel funny. I need proper protein and food going around my system. It's no good just eating this crap.
We will run out of cash. When we do, it's going to be getting back to England with no money at all. Because it's not the money. The money is not that relevant. It's the blagging. But I can't blag on an empty stomach, basically.
As the blaggers start to flag, perhaps Mel and Ruth are still in with a chance. On the outskirts of Dakar, Mel and Ruth's train has stopped again. They'll have to move fast if they have to catch the flight to Casablanca, which leaves today.
Cool. Right. Well, I don't know whether that is our horn going off, but we're still not quite in Dakar. There's a differing amount of kilometres that we could be, anything from 10 to 70 kilometres from Dakar, but we should be getting there today. We know what we've got to do. I'm basically looking forward to getting off this so we can actually get back on the proper challenge and show people who's who. Bring it on.
They decide to abandon the train and follow the tracks towards Dakar. Unfortunately, Mel and Ruth do not make it in time for the flight. The other two teams fly across the Sahara to Casablanca. Nana and Stuart spend the night in town, while James and Harry decide to catch a train up the coast to Tangier. They want to leave Morocco and head for Spain, where they hope it will be easier to get cheap flights to London.
We're first class on the Casablanca-Tangier Express.
For £8.
£8 each, gets us in about 6 a.m.
Where we're going to catch a boat from Tangier
Stand
to
straight.
Gibraltar.
Absolutely. And then from there, we're going to leisurely stroll onto a plane and fly home.
From Tangier, it's a 3-hour ferry ride to Spain.
Leaving Africa.
I couldn't have done without you, though.
How does it feel to leave Africa?
It feels good because the whole point is to get I'm quite excited, but I did love it.
I'm starving.
Get a coffee then, yeah.
Give her a coffee somewhere quite close.
Right there, maybe.
In their weak state, Nana and Stuart are constantly tortured by the smells of food they cannot afford.
Yeah, very nice chicken, Morocco. Come to Morocco, you're welcome.
Okay.
We only have one. It's going to be free. Free? Free, what do you say? One chance. Yeah, good luck. One chance.
Chicken, fish fried with salad, with rice.
We know that James and Harriet have got on the train before us, which means they could have gone all the way to Tangier or they could have gone to Casablanca, which means the only way that we can beat them is by getting out of here today and going straight to the UK. So the only people that can help us with that have got to be British Airways. So this is our last chance.
What are you asking?
We're asking if you can...
Hang on.
No, please don't. Please, it's so unattractive, don't. No, go on. Actually, that might work. Okay, well, we're asking British Airways if they'll help us get some flights to get back to the UK. The only way we can do it is with your help. That's the only way.
You're not to put the pressure on you, but it's our last hope.
I'm going to have to speak to the manager, obviously. He's not in Casablanca at the minute, he's in Marrakesh. But I'll give him a call and...
Would you?
We can do that.
I'm not saying anything.
Yes. Into one of them now. It's one of my managers from the UK, if you want to speak to him.
Hello. Hi, it's Nana here.
Okay. We think that if we can get flights tomorrow as soon as possible, then we will win. And we are saying, British Airways, you're the ones who can help us. If you help us, then we will win. Okay. Okay. Okay, all right.
Jason? Yes. So do I. Yep. Maybe.
Maybe.
Well done, Harold.
Thanks, Jimbles.
It's amazing how time can drag.
With company like you.
Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. You've hit the nail. You've missed the nail a few times since you've been here, but my God, you hit it on the head then.
Here we are. Malaga Airport. Hopefully our final destination before London.
Big resort. What time is it now? It's now 3:45. Let's try and avoid any hitchhiking if possible. I mean, I think that it's going to take a long time, and if the others are going to hang back and try and blag a flight, I think that, the worst thing we can do is have them fly over us. So let's hang out in Malaga and try and blag a cheap flight, or any flight. 11:20.
That's the EasyJet one.
Shite. Let's go and see BA. Where is BA?
Yeah, we're there in your hour of crisis.
Also,
in your hour of need, you're going to help us.
Go on. And I always fly on BA. You can look me up. Oh, go on. Air Mali have flown us from Timbuktu to Mopti for free on a Russian propeller plane.
I'm sorry,
Air
that's the price
Algeria.
that I'm not.
You're not authorised to do it.
Do you have any person here who's in a position of manager or director? No one's in this office who we can speak to
You
about
can
the
call
promotion
someone.
idea of it?
Not from here.
That's the cheapest, £130.
Back in Casablanca, Nana and Stuart are still waiting for a decision.
Oh no. I think it's going to be possible.
Oh, wow.
This is going nowhere.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Thanks for helping us.
Sure.
Thank you again.
Check in tomorrow morning at 10:30,
Mhm.
whatever.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
All the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you. Cheers. This morning we were like scuppered, and see.
But you kept me going.
Oh, thanks.
Because I was like, I just want to go
I
home.
could
and
hear you actually.
I was just moaning about everything. I must admit, I was like so hungry. I just didn't want to like carry on.
And like I said,
Kept me going.
it ain't over till the fat lady sings. Let's go.
Thank you very, very, very much. You're an incredibly, incredibly kind.
Result. We got it.
We've got free tickets on BA to Gatwick.
It's amazing what being handsome will do for you. Chick, what can I do? Chicks love me.
It ruined it.
But on our way home, I can't wait.
When they reach Casablanca Airport, Mel and Ruth brace themselves for the final leg of their epic journey out of Africa.
We've had nowhere to wash, nowhere to even have a pee, for goodness sakes. For the first time, I'm actually not covered in filth. But it doesn't really matter, none of that matters at all. It's all so irrelevant. But we've had a fantastic time, we really have, and it's got to end positively, really has to end positively. And the only way that it can end positively is if we win.
Spoke to the British Airways man. He said, can we get to London? He goes, oh, there have already been 3 people through here asking for a ticket to London. I told you.
Me. Asking, but not getting.
No, they spoke to their original commissioner downtown. Exactly, Mum. Now, basically, we can take this in a couple of ways. Yeah. Either we can give up and go and start a hash farm in Morocco, or they've got caught by customs with them saying it's not a legal ticket. We can still get in there, and as you're saying, first come last, last come first. Unfortunately, at this point, it's the time that you have to believe. And if the God's not up there, then God is within. This
can't happen, this can't happen, this can't happen.
Inshallah, mate.
This can't happen.
We're in the country, we've got to believe it, all right? All right? We're going home anyway. Whatever happens, we're going home tomorrow.
Back on English turf. Way out, way out, way out.
Hi, it's going to Trafalgar Square, please. We're in a race against time, so as quick as you possibly can, if you don't mind. Oh, thank God this is almost over.
God, it's really weird being back on.
It is extraordinary, isn't it?
It's so weird.
Thank you very much indeed. Cheers.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, thank God. How extremely undignified this is. Come here. Oh, well done, well done, well done.
Take your envelope.
Thank you very much indeed.
Now.
Harry, do you want to open that?
Let's have them together.
And the winner is?
Davey here.
Yeah. Oh no, we won. We won! Oh, please don't make us go again. Oh, please don't make us go again. Thank you very much.
James and Harry win £5,000 and have the chance to go on to next week's race.
What's happened, Sid? Thank you.
Your envelope.
Thank you very much.
Your envelope, guys.
Envelope. Oh, I can. Thank you. Second. Oh, no. Can't believe it.
Give us a leg up onto Plymouth, man.
Okay, any final words?
Yeah, I think
First shall come last, and last shall come first.
That's nice.
Let's leave it at that then.
Dealt with, man. Dealt with.
Cut there.